complete transparency. There are a lot of issues that need to be resolved in terms of ballpark figures, what are the standards we need to set, the companies that qualify for certain provisions, which don't qualify for certain provisions, the CSR provision itself. So the rule-making committee is a committee that has got representation from CII, from other Chamber of Commerce. It has 1 or 2 bureaucrats. Out of the 17 members, I think only 2 or 3 are government officials, and the rest are people from the stakeholder community, which includes NGOs, lawyers, auditors, other Chamber of Commerce. And this, I think, is a very healthy tradition where the rules itself are being drafted by a committee that constitutes of more non-government people. So it is not a bureaucratic exercise conducted in the minister's office and we decide and become the judge and jury of what is good and what is wrong. This bill is there to have a positive impact. This law has been enacted to make sure that we as a nation are able to realign ourselves to the global reality. Our economic architecture, our landscape must reflect our potential, our way forward, and India's prominence as an economic superpower in the region must be reflected in our legislation. So this bill tries to achieve some of those targets, but the devil is in the details, and the rule-making process is going to be as transparent as possible. And I've assured all members that whatever are the views, inputs, addition, subtraction, even criticism, we are happy to receive all of that. Already some of the draft rules are on the internet for all of you to see. I was informed that the CSR provision of the draft rules has already had about 80,000 hits. So people are quite keen on finding out what's in the asking and what's in the making. So all of this will be done in a very collaborative fashion where people's views are taken on board before we finalize anything. So the discretion that the ministry has, please consider this as the discretion of the Indian corporate sector. So all of you must have a role and a contributing effort that must be seen and must be felt. I'm happy to receive all those comments, and me and my officers have made this very clear that nothing will be done in a closed room, in an opaque fashion. It must be done with complete transparency. We have technology, so let's use that. Let's post our views. Let's listen to what people have to say. And ultimately, any law will only become effective if it becomes acceptable, palatable, and is well received by the corporate sector. So please keep in mind that this is an enabling law, that is a reform-oriented legislation, forward-looking law, and we have changed the company law after 60 years. So it will expect and demand a few changes from your end as well. But these are all changes that are going to help us have a better corporate governance structure, a better environment, to create less impediments for investments, to create an ecosystem where decision-making becomes easy, reporting, compliances becomes self-declared provisions are much more important than ones that are mandated by government. Just in the end, the CSR provision, of course, has attracted much more attention than any other provision of the Act. In fact, people have called this the CSR Act and not the Companies Act. The CSR provision, it's a new idea that has been put into legislation. And the intent is to get this going. And the success of this will depend purely on how it's received by the Indian corporate sector. So even at this stage, I'm open to all suggestions, and I can assure you one more time that the CSR provisions, the other aspects of the draft rules that are being put up for your consideration will only be finalized once we have a broad consensus. Now, it's difficult to get everybody's consent, but a broad consensus, what we've tried to build in Parliament during the passage of the bill, the same effort and energy will be deployed to get your views and to make sure that we have something that is going to make us all proud to have a new law that is going to help us get the investments, the economic push, the kinds of things we need to do to make sure that India remains a safe, bankable destination for investments, both from foreign and from Indian sources. And really, that's the idea. The idea is to have a law that enables us to do and to live up to our potential, which is what the people of India and the world expect of us. So thank you very much for having me here, and I'm happy to take questions.